Hey everyone, Chevy Gamer here, and welcome back to another random match here on WWE 2K16. This one is going to be Samoa Joe versus John Cena, as suggested a couple of weeks back now by William Bannister. Now, I've got all the WrestleMania and NXT and all that sort of stuff out the way, so I can start to get through your list of random matches now. So hopefully we'll get quite a few done this week. Now, I have been up to a few things behind the scenes, which I'm sure quite a few you'll be happy to hear. I have started putting together a brand new universe mode, and hopefully we will see that to begin to be uploaded as of this coming weekend. So if you are interested in that, obviously keep an eye on this channel. It's going to be very interesting, completely different to what we've done before as well. Essentially, instead of doing 4 or 5 different brands that are all realistic as such as the classic roster, retro, and Attitude Era, current roster, and NXT and that sort of stuff, instead of doing that, what we've done is we've just taken everybody on the roster and we're going to split them up in a random draft. Now, everyone's going to get drafted to 4 separate brands. Those brands are going to be Nitro, Raw, Thunder, and SmackDown. So they're all going to be, hopefully, quite even. Like I said, it's all going to be done randomly. I'm not going to have any sort of influence on what happens. It's all going to be random. I've written all the names of everybody on the game, and as well as some of the people that I'm going to download as well. Put them all in a big pot, and we're just going to draw them out, and it'll be pretty fun, I think. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I hope to upload the draw probably on Saturday, and then we'll try and get the previews for each show uploaded on the Sunday. Then we'll start uploading the universe mode as of Monday. So keep an eye out for that. Interesting match, this one. It's like one of the top guys from NXT versus one of the top guys from the main roster. And stats-wise, I think they're actually pretty close. I know Cena's quite highly rated on this game, but Samoa Joe comes into this game with quite a high rating as well. So that's interesting to keep an eye on as well. One other thing I do plan on trying to do very, very soon is trying the My Career mode as well. Something I've not touched at all since I got this game. I've literally just done all these random matches and the universe mode. So I'm going to try and have a go at the My Career mode. I'm not great at playing this game, as you'll probably see when we get into that. But I've got an idea of something that I would like to do, and something that I've seen nobody else do as of yet. So I want to give it a try. And I'm not going to tell you anything yet. But again, hopefully I'll try and get something uploaded this weekend. And yeah, we can start to get a bit more content on the channel now. The one thing of the universe mode, the episodes are going to be shorter than what they were before, but I'll get into that as we get into the shows, just to explain exactly what is going through my head in that situation. It does sort of make sense. And it's going to be an interesting match, this one. See if Cena can hold back the raw power and aggression of Mr. Samoa Joe. So I've never noticed how long Cena's entrance is before, actually. Considering he runs down to the ring, he doesn't have to milk it. Right, here we go then. Samoa Joe, one of the downloadable content. It's going to be great. I was just thinking about this earlier, about how great the roster is going to be on 2K17. Now, as far as I'm aware from a lot of the news websites I've been reading, 2K were there at the WrestleMania weekend scanning people for the new game. So that would, for me, would mean that they were able to scan Nakamura, they were able to scan Austin Aries. Gallows and Anderson, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, were both backstage for WrestleMania, as well as obviously being backstage for NXT as well. So they could have been scanned. And then you've got guys as well that were caught by the camera front row. You've got guys like Ibushi, Bobby Roode as well. So if I was 2K, I would ask to see if I could scan those 2 guys just to have their models on the database, just in case they do get signed up officially. And hopefully it means we're going to have a bigger NXT roster coming up this year as well, because at the moment, it was great because this is the first year we've had any NXT guys on the game, really, but I just wanted to get more. I really want to get more. And hopefully we should have the 4 horsewomen on there as well. That'd be a nice addition. And Asuka, and it's going to be really good 2K17's roster. I'm actually quite looking forward to it coming out. Hopefully it's not going to be anywhere near as glitchy as this one. I have had quite a lot of instances with glitches recently, as you may see with some of the videos coming up pretty soon as well, including one of the universe mode videos. I'm still going to edit it all at the moment, but when we crown our first champion on Thunder, there's some pretty funky stuff goes on in that match. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it's definitely worth keeping an eye out for. Samoa Joe was in control there, and now John Cena managed to duck behind and catch Joe. Brings him out into a front chancery. I was so surprised at NXT that Joe didn't pick up the championship. I was just, in my mind, it was inevitable that was going to happen. It was inevitable for me that Joe was going to pick up the championship, and that would allow Finn Balor to move up to the main roster alongside Anderson and Gallows. But for some reason, that they still haven't, well, as of me recording this video, they still haven't gone forward with the Gallows and Anderson thing. I was really expecting it, along with many other people, for the debut to be on the Raw after Mania, but evidently that did not happen. I did quite enjoy the Raw after Mania. It wasn't quite as there was just something there lacking for me, a little bit lacking, but still it was a really good episode. And seeing guys like Apollo Crews debut, and Enzo and Cass, and Baron Corbin, and they're going to get the Vaudevillains on SmackDown as well. So it really adds a freshness to the roster that we really need at the moment. And if we are going to get a roster split coming up soon, which I would absolutely love to see, which is why I've done this new universe mode with all the roster split talk. And yeah, if we do get a roster split soon, I think we've definitely got enough talent to fill 2 rosters and have 2 completely separate tag team divisions and things like that. I think it'd be actually quite enjoyable. Because at the moment, it's getting boring at the moment because a lot of people aren't obviously into this whole Roman Reigns storyline. And for me, Roman Reigns is going to stay the champion now at least until SummerSlam, probably even later than that, because they can't give him another really short title reign because it's going to really look bad on him. So they're going to give him a decent length title reign, which I only think is going to work if they turn him heel. But if there is 2 rosters on 2 separate shows, then at least that would mean that we're only going to get force-fed reigns on one show and not the other. Chances, don't get me wrong, chances are we'll get Cena on one show being force-fed to us and Reigns on the other. So chances are that's what will happen. But still, at least it'll be a little bit of variation rather than just getting the same thing on every single episode. So that's what I'm hoping happens anyway. And I think that's probably what they are looking at. With the amount of injuries they've had in the last sort of 12 months, it only sort of makes sense to have that roster split in place, because it would mean everyone's only wrestling half as much. They can take it in turns to do house shows. They could even do house shows on the same night, which obviously would boost the amount of money they're taking in. But if they took it in turns to do house shows, and everyone gets a little bit of extra time to rest and heal as well, and it's probably going to reduce the amount of injuries that come in. The jawbreaker there by Cena, reversing. And a big DDT as well. I thought he was going to go for the FU. It's not the FU anymore, is it? It's the attitude adjustment. Oh, and here he goes. I like the way that 2K have been clever in this situation. You've got a couple of people cheering in the front row, and then you've got a few people booing as well. I think that's quite clever. As Cena now lining up Samoa Joe for a potential attitude adjustment. Takes him up. And there it is. And this could be a very quick win here for Cena. The match has only been going a matter of 5 minutes or so. Oh, and Samoa Joe does kick out just in time. Now, Samoa Joe's main weakness on this game is something that I've mentioned quite a few times with a lot of guys on this game, especially the ones that are really good, which is quite annoying. It's having a submission finisher maneuver, and that just does not work on this game, especially AI versus AI, because you just can't win. This game, 99% of the time, will only finish when you've hit a finisher maneuver or a signature maneuver. When your finisher maneuver is a rear naked choke like Joe's is, it just doesn't work unless you can lock your finisher in maybe 5 or 6 times in a match. That's what you need to do, is obviously to work that body part down, and it's a little bit frustrating. And I do try whenever I can to try and remove those moves away, and I think I'll probably do that with Joe eventually. I'll probably take away Joe's rear naked choke and make him just use the muscle busters of finishers. John Cena taking the top off the announce table, trying to make a point here to the young guy from NXT probably, but Samoa Joe now in control of the match, so that sort of backfired on Cena. Now, is Joe gonna take advantage of that table? Doesn't look like it, as he catches him with that Saito suplex. Back up to his feet and a right jab there, but Cena comes back with a jab of his own. Oh, Joe just showing he's got no respect for John Cena. Slap to the face. Joe tried to go up top and Cena caught him. Not the wisest thing that Joe's ever done. Cena now joining Joe up on the top rope and looking maybe potentially for a suplex. The referee's a very dangerous position there. Oh, the referee judged that one more or less right. There's the pin by Cena. 2. Oh, close to a 3 count once again. How long is Joe going to be able to continue on like this? An elbow to the forehead of Cena. Or should I say by Cena, not for Cena. Over the top cutter by Cena as well. And he's looking for a second 5-knuckle shuffle of the match. And there it is. And Cena looks like he could win this one here. Oh, he's lining up Joe. Once again, there's no way Joe's going to kick out of 2 AAs, surely. Takes him up. And takes him down. In for the pin he goes. That's got to be it. 2 and 3. And there you go. John Cena is your victor here in the battle of WWE versus NXT. Unfortunately for NXT and Samoa Joe, it's WWE that comes out on top with John Cena. Now, this match could very well happen in the next 12 months. There's no reason why not. We know that Joe is quite high up the list of guys to potentially be brought up to the main roster. So, yeah, this match could very much happen. I wouldn't want to see it happen because I think they need to really bring Joe onto the main roster as quite a dominant heel, I think. And I think that'd be a pretty good thing to do. But if they bring him in as a pretty dominant heel, a bit like they did with Rusev. They brought him in as a really dominant heel. And then they fed him to Cena, and he's never quite got back on track since. He's been stuck in this whole League of Nations sort of situation now for quite a while, and I really want to see better of Rusev. So that'll be one of the things that we'll address in the Universe mode. And the best thing about this new Universe mode is because we're splitting the talent across 4 rosters, we're going to be seeing a lot more of everybody, really, because the rosters aren't going to be as big as they were in the normal game. Stuff like with the current day roster in the normal game, I had about 60 people on the roster, and it was just impossible to really use them all to any real use. So I think when we split everyone up, we're going to have about maybe 35, 40 people on each roster, including women as well. So it's going to be pretty interesting. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. Like I said, it should be uploaded on Saturday, the draft. Sunday will be the introduction episodes, and then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday will be the actual episodes of the Universe mode. I have got the first week already recorded. It's just been, I'm just going to get them all edited and get them all sorted to get them uploaded for you. Because they are going to be a little bit short. Well, I say them they're a little bit short. The first episodes are all an hour long. But yeah, they are going to be a little bit shorter going forward, but I'm sure that's not going to be a major problem. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then be sure to hit that like button. And of course, subscribe if you are new around here for a lot more of these random matches. Of course, if you have any suggestions for matches, just like of course William Bannister did for this one, then please drop them down in the comment section below, and I will get them recorded and uploaded, and obviously give you a shout out in the process. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.